I'm Jim Loeffler, CPA, CFE, MBA, and founder of InTune Business Advisors, where for more than 20 years, we've helped owners transform their manufacturing businesses into financial freedom through superior business valuation, growth, and exit planning services. Well, in the last several videos, I've been talking about how to sell your business and the steps you need to take to do that. This week, let's do something a bit different. Let's go back in the timeline, if you will, and think about raising capital. So if you're a manufacturing business owner or a related business owner and you're looking to grow your business because you're not ready to exit yet, how do you go out and find the funds to do so? Well, we've talked a lot about the confidential information memorandum. Okay, that's your business plan. I think in this sense, let's really think of your business plan as a movie script or as the movie, okay? But what do most successful movies today have? They have a great trailer. And what's a trailer? It's basically a 1 to maybe 2 minute video that gets you excited about going to see a movie. Okay? Could be an action, could be a drama, could be a mystery, anything, right? And that's our focus today, is on that movie trailer. Only we don't call it a trailer in the M&A world. We call it a teaser. Now, what is a teaser? A teaser is simply a 1 page, 2 pages at the very most. It's a document that the sole purpose of which is to have the investors say, tell me more. That's the goal, because you want to get that investor to buy a ticket to the movie. Okay? And there are 5 key elements to a successful teaser. Let's go. Think of some of your favorite movies and the taglines that they had. These taglines became iconic. They made it into the cultural zeitgeist. In space, no one can hear you scream. Love means never having to say you're sorry. Okay, I was a little kid back then. I'm not that old. Life comes at you pretty fast. If you don't stop and take a look around once in a while, you could miss it. 12 terrorists, 1 cop. The odds are against John McClane. That's just the way he likes it. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, all of these taglines really sold the movie. And that's what we're trying to do here with our teaser. We want a tagline that's going to grab the investor's attention. So if I'm an investor and I open an email and I've got a teaser in front of me and the tagline says, Midwest manufacturing business seeks $5 million to expand its operations. That's not going to excite me. Instead, say something like, Midwest manufacturing company with disruptive technology seeks $5 million to grow its market share for products that reduce labor by 50%. Okay, boom. Now you've got my attention because you've told me more about what it is that you do, why I might be interested, but most importantly, you've talked about the key benefit to the users of your product, because that's what it's all about. Okay, so for me, as an investor, that type of headline is going to get me excited. Okay, another example is disruptive, and I know I'm using disruptive technology a lot. That may be overused. You can come up with your own term, but you could say something like computer networking company with products that reduce latency by 100 times over traditional LAN networks seeks $5 million in growth capital. Okay, boom. You've just given me a metric that excites me. You've told me something about your industry. You've told me something about your product in one headline. That's going to key me in. If I'm interested in that industry, I like that metric, tell me more. That's what all of this is about. Tell me more. Everything in the teaser. Okay? So that's what I mean by a compelling headline. Think of your compelling headline as the tagline of your movie, not your product tagline or your company tagline, right? But what is it that you want to convey to an investor who knows nothing else about your company, has never heard of your company before? That's what goes in that tagline. The second element in our teaser concerns two questions. What will you do with the funds, and what will you achieve? So let's go back to continuing with our manufacturer with disruptive products that save 50% of labor. Let's assume that they're going to use this money for expanding their sales force and really putting a scalable sales and marketing organization in place. That's a perfectly acceptable use of the money. Maybe you're in a different stage of the business life cycle. Maybe you're just ready for product launch. Okay, you've done all the R&D, you've done all the UX testing, you've done all of the research, and you've done all the pilots. You are ready to go. You've got your manufacturing lined up, and you're ready to flip that switch, but you need the funds. Perfect use of that money, okay? It could be tapping new markets. It could be the next generation of your product that you've already sold into markets successfully. Basically, what you want to do is just outline in broad strokes how you're going to use the funds. So you may say, of this $5 million, we're going to use $3 million for sales and marketing. We're going to use another $1.5 million for new product development, or to bring on our next gen to start that process. And then you might have, $500,000 for general operating purposes. And that's fine, because investors understand, hey, you're not going to put every single dollar to work in sales and marketing or product or whatever. You're going to have some that you're going to need for general operating purposes, working capital, etc. That's fine. Okay, they expect that. When we get into the business plan and the SIM, obviously that's where we break the use of funds down further. Okay, but now that we know how we're going to use that money, the investor is going to also want to know, what will that do for you? What will that do for the business? So maybe that $5 million is going to allow you to actually hire a VP of sales and other, a marketing expert, expand into social media, develop channel relationships, any number of things that's going to allow you to grow your sales base from $1.5 million today to $7 million in the next 24 months. Great. Investors understand that their money may only be one stop in your journey. Okay, so that today, if you're looking for $5 million and you say, well, this $5 million is going to allow us to expand our sales base and our products and set the stage for our next level of investment, which may be $15 million. And that's going to allow us to really take off. That's perfectly acceptable. So don't think that this $5 million is going to be the only amount you're going to raise. And I'm saying all of this because investors have certain expectations. And it's not like you'd want to say, well, I want to raise $25 million today. And investors are going to say, well, you're really not ready for that much money. Show me what you can do with this $5 million first. I get it. It's realistic. I think it's achievable. Put it in there. Okay. So those two questions are the second element is, what are you going to use the funds for? And what will you achieve when you put those funds to work? Really simple. The third element in our teaser is a brief product description. Now, notice so far that I haven't mentioned the name of the company. I've only said it's in the Midwest. I haven't given a location. I haven't given the name of any identifying information. Okay, so unlike our movie trailer that's going to put the name of the movie in big, bold, bright letters up underneath the Hollywood lights or above them, here we're going to keep this very generic and anonymous because we want to protect both you as the founder, CEO, and owner, and we also want to protect the investor. And if the investor says, great, tell me more, again, the three magic words here, we're going to have them sign an NDA. But more about that in another video. What I'm getting at here is you want to describe your product in a way that allows the investor to understand what industry you're in and what market you're in. Okay? So, you may say, in the mining industry, maintenance on equipment is extremely expensive because of the downtime and needing to take some equipment off-site for repairs. Our products allow on-site repairs and do so in a way that cuts their traditional repair and maintenance time in half. These are the next generation of products. And compared to those that are out in the market, they're superior because of 1, 2, and 3. Boom. So now the investor knows, okay, it's geared toward mining companies, perhaps mineral companies, and you're telling them what it does, why it's superior to what's already on the market, and you're giving them, again, a hard metric. Great. That's all you have to say. All right, you can get into all the other details when that investor buys a ticket to the movie and sits down and goes through your business plan with you. The fourth element in a successful teaser is the management team. Now this, admittedly, this is where the movie trailer and the movie analogy breaks down. Because here with the management team, we're not talking about actors. We're talking about real people, the real deal, and those that are going to have the experience and the temperament and the ability to learn on the fly that investors are looking for. They're looking for leaders and managers. And so from you, the CEO and owner, and the rest of your management team, they want to know, okay, do you guys have the chops? So you want to make sure that your management team, you've got the experience. So it could be 20 years of experience leading an engineering department in a multi-million-dollar company. A product development manager who has 15 years of experience successfully launching products for X, Y, and Z companies. A VP of sales with 10 years of experience in the high-tech industry. Okay, those types of pedigrees are important. And that's really what you want to lay out there is we've got the experience, and you want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that have that same level of experience in different disciplines. Okay? This should be short and sweet. Again, we're not going to use any names, but you want to make sure that you convey the fact that, hey, you've been there, you've done that, or you have experience on teams that have done that. They're going to probe more into your leadership, into your ability to move and adjust the business plan when things change, as they inevitably will, with a relentless focus on achieving results. That's all going to come later when they're sitting down with you and you're talking about the value proposition and whether or not they're going to invest. And you can certainly expound upon your bios in the business plan. But one thing they're going to do is, look, investors, they bet on the jockey, not the horse. Everyone has great ideas. Okay? Great. Who's actually had experience executing them? That's what they're looking for. And the fifth and final key element in any successful teaser is what's in it for the investor. Now, just coming back to our movie trailer and our movie for a second, again, you want the investor to say, tell me more. You want him or her buying a ticket to your movie. And yes, you want them coming out of the movie saying, I laughed, I cried. If there's one movie you see this year, make sure it's... Okay, you get it. But in this case, they want a return on their investment. And in order to articulate that, they have to know, how am I going to get my money back? What is your exit plan? What is your exit strategy? Of course, you could say, hey, we hope to become an IPO, right? We want to go IPO. We want to ring the bell at the NASDAQ or the NYSE when we go public the first day. Your ambition may not be that high. That's okay. We plan to sell to a strategic partner or a strategic player or a larger organization in 5 years. And what I've just articulated is, this is how you're going to get your money back with your return and when. So that's it. We've talked about the 5 elements that make a great teaser. And just as a quick recap, number 1 is a compelling descriptive headline. Number 2, what you're going to do with the funds, what you're going to achieve, and in what time frame. Number 3, a description of your products and how they benefit the user and why they're better than the competition. Number 4, your management team. This is your stable of jockeys. How are you going to carry out and execute on this business plan? And finally, the exit strategy. What's in it for the investor? Your exit options and the time frame. Okay? So again, we're keeping this very anonymous, very generic, no names, no identifying characteristics. And again, what's the magic with 3 magic words? Tell me more. So, good luck with your teasers. And of course, we're here to help you every step of the way. This is part of our process. And thanks for watching. If you're thinking of acquiring a business, growing your own business, or selling your business in the next few years, or even in the next 10 years, click the link below for a free call with me. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Remember, you know your business better than we ever will. Let's make sure you get a great price so that you can enjoy the financial freedom you deserve. I'm Jim Loeffler. Get the insight, get the value, get in tune.